Hey everyone, time again for another pickup video. Got a lot of stuff this time. It's been a busy 2 weeks, I think, since the last time I made one of these videos. A lot of stuff going on. Work is keeping me really busy, so I'm not putting out as many videos as I have been. I'm just really busy with work right now. I'm trying to get some videos out, every weekend. I'm going to try to get a video out at least. But anyway, I visited a really cool toy store this week called CroweMag Toys. It's over in Raleigh, North Carolina. Really nice store. Lots of cool stuff. Tons of Star Wars and G.I. Joe stuff at this store. But there's a few other little treasures as well that I actually noticed. And I did pick up a few things from the store. Pretty nice store. He also has a booth at the Raleigh Flea Market as well that's open on the weekends. I'm not seeing it yet. So I plan on heading over on a weekend sometime to check out his booth at the flea mall. Let's see what else. Not a whole lot going on. So let's get right to the pickups here. First off, let's start with some show donations I received. The first show donation I received is a Bambino basketball game, VFD basketball game. This was donated to the show by Richard. I really appreciate it, guy. Been playing the game. It's actually kind of cool. I like how the guy kind of dribbles the ball. You can jump up and throw it and stuff like that. I need to read the instructions. He sent me a printout of the instructions that I need to read so I can figure out how to play this crazy thing. But it's actually a pretty cool little VFD game. Not bad at all. Another donation I got to the show was from Michael. This was a donation to the Toy Tune podcast. Space Checkers. Awesome. It's three-dimensional checkers. Kind of reminds me of that 3D, three-dimensional chessboard on Star Trek. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So that's a really cool show donation. I never saw one of these before. So this is pretty cool. I'm not for sure when it was actually made. It was made in the USA though. It does say that on the box. Awesome. Can't wait to try that out with my wife. Alright, now let's get to some game pickups. Oh, for my Nintendo 64, I'm slowly building a collection of those games. I picked up a Polaris Snowcross snowmobile racing game. It's not a bad little racing game. It's got like a little bit of an element of road rash in it. If you get side by side with another snowmobile, you can like kick them, knock them off the trail and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Not too bad of a racing game. It's a little slow, but it's still a pretty fun racing game. So I'm pretty happy to add this to my Nintendo 64 collection. For my PlayStation 2, I picked up SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. I'm not for sure if they did a Volume 2 or not. I need to research that. This is for the PlayStation 2. It's got a lot of neat games on here from the Neo Geo system. The Neo Geo system is a game system I've always wanted when they first came out, and even to this day. Man, are they expensive. I doubt very much if I'm ever going to have one in my collection, because they're just way too expensive. But there's games on here like, Metal Slug and Magician Lord, Top Hunter, World Heroes, Turf Masters, and Shock Troopers. I played Shock Troopers a lot in the arcade. Very happy to see this on this collection. So I didn't know this was even in existence. I was doing some research for doing an episode of another arcade game, and this just popped up and I was like, how did I know about this? So now I've got it. So if you guys know if there's like a Volume 2, let me know, because that's awesome. Best next thing to have in a Neo Geo. Alright. I did participate in the Retro Junkies Junk Box, and some cool stuff in there. A lot of the good stuff was gone by the time it got to me, but it's still fun to do. I enjoy participating in the junk boxes over at Atari.io. And if you're not a member of the Atari.io forums, head on over there and join the fun. It's a great forum. A lot of friendly guys over there. A lot of neat things to read. It's a really cool forum. I'm having a good time over there. But anyway, out of the Retro Junk Box, I took a game called Frogger, The Great Quest on the PlayStation 2. I understand why this was in the junk box. I don't like this game. But I took it out anyway. I guess I should have took the Metal Slug in there for the PlayStation 2. No, that was Metal Slug. I'm sorry. There was a Metal Gear Solid in there. Yeah, Metal Slug was in there. I would have taken that. That's It was Metal Gear Solid was in there. Yeah, this is okay for an adventure game. It's nothing to write home about. It's made by Konami, which I'm surprised that it's not a lot better. I figure with a Konami game it'd be really cool, but the camera angles are a little discerning, and you can't really look around too well as you do the first-person view look, which kind of takes it away when you're kind of zipping through the play fields. The other thing I took out of the box was a game catalog for the Sega Master System. Shows all the different games in here and stuff like that. I thought it was a pretty cool little game catalog to add with my Master System collection I have. And a lot of you know the sole reason why I've got a Master System console, even though I've got the adapter for my Sega Genesis Model 1 to play the little hue cards and my brain locked up. And the carts on there from the Master System. I like playing Snail Maze on the Master System. I don't know why, but I like playing that Snail Maze game on that Master System console. It's a hidden game in there. It just cracks me up. But for my buddy that I do the Vectrex Radio podcast with, I was able to get him a Vectrex multi-cart by Sean Kelly. Sean was selling these on eBay for $50 a pop, much better than paying $100 to $120. So I picked one up immediately when I saw it go up for sale because I knew my buddy was wanting one of these for his Vectrex. So got that for him. I got my signed one sitting up there by Sean. Pretty awesome. Picked up a LCD game that I really liked playing, back when it came out. Dungeons and Dragons by Mattel. It's a pretty cool little LCD game. Very simple gameplay. You have a move button, an attack button, and a cursor button. Hit the cursor button and it moves the little crosshairs around to the 4 different directions. And you hit the move to go. You're trying to find the dragon in the maze to defeat him. That's the whole goal of this game. And you basically select a direction to go, and you'll see a little pit symbol appear if you're getting close to a pit. If you keep going in a particular direction, you can fall into the pit. But if you have a grapple and a hook, you can get yourself back out. Story of my life, falling into pits constantly on this game. But I still like it. It's a neat little Dungeons and Dragons game. Really cool. And then for my Atari 8-bit system, I picked up Epic's Monster Maze for the Atari 400, 800 XL, and XE. Unfortunately, I can't get past the intro screen where it asks you yes or no for, I can't remember what it was. From what I can find out, I guess you need the translator disc to get this to work on a 130XE. If any of you guys out there have a 130XE and you can play this game, let me know. Because I can't play it right now. I think it's a 3D isometric game where you're inside the maze running around and stuff. From what I've seen on pictures on the internet, stuff like that. So I don't have a disk drive to run the translator disc. But I do have the multi-cart. So I think I'll put the multi-cart image, the translator disc image, on the multi-cart. Load it into the machine with Monster Maze and see if that works. I'll figure it out. But it's kind of cool. Never heard of this game, so I decided to pick it up. Another game I picked up. For my Sega 32X, I picked up Starside. Awesome. I've been looking for this for quite a while. It's basically like a 3D asteroids game where you're inside the ship in the asteroid field. You shoot UFOs and you shoot asteroids. And in the first level that I'm playing on the screen back here, it wants you to destroy all the asteroids before you approach your moon base. Well, I'm spending too much time flying around shooting all the little UFOs because I like the explosions that they make when you shoot them. This is a really fun game for the 32X. I don't like it as much as I do Shadow Squadron, but it's still a really great game to have on a 32X. And this is not an original. This was a European-only release, but this is not an original cartridge. This is a reproduction I picked up. I've pretty much given up hope on ever finding an original Starside from Europe. So I'm just going to settle for a reproduction because I just want to play the game. Yeah, I can play it in emulation. It plays just fine in emulation. But I wanted an actual physical card to put into my 32X and stuff just to give me that full experience. I'm one of the few that really like the 32X. I don't know why. I'm weird that way. But I really do enjoy it, especially Shadow Squadron. And I do like the Star Wars arcade game on there. I like that one quite a bit. And of course, Starside. There's a couple other games. Zaxxon. I like the Zaxxon on there as well. Moving on. I'm rambling too much about that. Went to the flea market last weekend. Looking around there. And this flea market I go to, not very often do I see Atari 5200 stuff, but I saw in the glass case a big pile of 5200 cards. And he had them marked down for like anywhere from $4 to $12 a piece. He made me a deal, said, I'll give you all 10 of these cartridges for $10. I've had these things forever. I just want to get rid of them. I need a space in my thing. I was like, oh, okay. So for $10, I got a hold of, Pacman. Nothing to write home about. But hey, it's Pacman. Pengo. Ah, awesome game. I love this game on the 5200. It's not too bad. Centipede, the game to play with the trackball. Yeah, cool. I've got a multi-cart, so I really don't need these cartridges. Choplifter. Cool. Rescue the army guys. Get them back to your base before they die. Anyway. Super Breakout, the original pack-in for the 5200 for Pacman. Kicks! For years, I called it Quicks. I was pronouncing the Q. I had no idea you're supposed to pronounce it with like a K. Kicks. Quicks, that's a cereal, I think. No, Kicks is pronounced. Ramblin, moving on. And Joust! Yeah! Awesome! Now, I'm not showing gameplay of any of these games because, I don't feel like dragging out. Well, actually, my wife's got the 5200, and if I go anywhere near it, she gives me an evil scowl because I tried to sell it when I quit doing the 5200 podcast. Now she's got it, and she's playing the living daylights out of it. But anyway, yeah, $10 for this lot. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I might use them for, like, maybe prizes or something like that for the Atari 5200 Super community. Maybe I'll put them all up for sales a lot. I don't know. For $10, I couldn't pass them up. Now, at that toy store I went to in Raleigh, CroweMag, I finally found myself an original Stomper 4x4. Now, I'll be talking about these on an upcoming episode of the Toy Tune podcast. And I've been looking for an original. I had a Stomper. I had quite a few Stompers. I had like 5 or 6 of them when I was a kid. Don't have any of them left except for one, which is the 2-speed version that has the 2-speed gearbox in it. This one is one of the originals that has just a single speed and also has a power takeoff on here, a PTO. So I put like a winch on this and pull stuff up to the truck. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to get one of those now. And I got some cool handheld games. The first one I picked up is I picked up a FL Gun Professional by Bandai Electronics. It's basically gunfight in VFD form. So remember the old arcade game, gunfight in the arcades. You had the 2 cowboys on either side of the screen going up and down. You had a cactus as barriers, and you had a chuck wagon move up and down. You try to shoot each other. It was also put on the Bally Astrocade as well. I didn't know they made a VFD tabletop version of the game. This is actually quite a bit of fun. I can't wait to play this game with my wife to see how well she does at it. And then I picked up a Safari by, who makes this? Bambino makes this game, Safari. Basically, on this game, you're trying to catch animals that appear on the screen. You get a point value for each one that you capture. I got this at CroweMag Toys. It was only like $35. Not a bad price for a VFD game. I do like the VFD games. The only bad thing about this is it had the dreaded exploded batteries in the battery compartment. You can see all the corrosion on the terminals here. It took me probably about a half an hour with a lot of TLC to bring this thing back to life, but it's working again. This is why you don't want to leave batteries in your little portable games, because they'll eventually start to leak and they'll corrode up your terminals. And it was nasty in there, very nasty. But hey, it's 35 bucks. I can fix it. And the next thing I picked up, which I'm really stoked about this one, is a boxed Tomitronic Pacman. Oh yeah, yeah. It's got the instructions and everything. It looks pristine. The video you're seeing on the one back here is another one I have that the screen's a little bit scratched up on. I didn't want to take this one out of the box yet. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about having this. I'll be doing videos on all these little handhelds that I got a hold of here really soon. The neat thing about this Tomitronic Pacman, though, is Pacman can only eat one direction. You gotta go from right to left to eat the dots and eat the little power pellet stuff. You go left to right, he just passes over because his mouth faces to the left. That's pretty wild. It's pretty interesting little twist on the gameplay there. And I finally was able to find a box for my Merlin. So now I've got the Merlin, I've got the Split Second, and I got the Master Merlin all in the box. So I got the whole family now. So I'm not showing this one being played because I've showed it before. I just wanted to get a box for it. So I'm pretty happy to finally have a box for my Merlin. Let's see what else. I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything. So awesome. Well, a lot of pickups this week. I'm hoping to find some more cool stuff over the next couple of weeks because I'll be traveling quite a bit yet again. So I'll see what kind of treasures I find this next time. So until the next video, keep on gaming.